Imagine you're a young woman walking alone on the streets of Angarsk on a dark night in 1995. Suddenly, a police car pulls up beside you. A man in police uniform with a friendly smile says, "It's getting dark. Walking alone is dangerous. Get in the car. I'll give you a safe ride home." Would you trust him? Behind that kind offer lies the most horrifying secret in Russian criminal history. A police officer who became the world's most brutal werewolf. Welcome to the Case Files, where we explore the most shocking and mysterious cases in the world. Today we're going back to Russia in the 1990s, a time when a beautiful city in Siberia was plunged into a nightmare that lasted nearly 20 years. In this episode, we're taking a deep dive into the infamous case of the Werewolf of Angarsk, when a protector becomes a predator. The story of Mikhail Popkov, the serial killer ranked third in the world with 92 confirmed victims, though the actual number could reach nearly 200 people. Background and the beginning of crime. We start with the city of Angarsk, located in southern Russia, 4,200 kilometers from Moscow. This was a wealthy city thanks to oil resources, repeatedly winning the title of Russia's most convenient city. But in the summer of 1992, this peaceful picture began to turn blood red. The first case occurred in October 1992, when police discovered a woman's body in the forest. The crime scene was a chaotic mess, the body brutally mutilated, reeking because it was discovered late. No witnesses, no clues. At that time, Russia's investigation methods were still outdated. Testing took a very long time. Was this just an isolated case? The answer was revealed when other bodies were continuously discovered along the Death Highway, M53, connecting Irkutsk to Moscow. Crime pattern and victims. Throughout the following years, from 1992 to 2010, dozens of young women mysteriously disappeared. The victims were mainly women, aged 16 to 40. And notably, most had been drinking before being killed. There was one strange detail that police noticed. The crimes usually occurred on Wednesdays. Therefore, this criminal was called the Wednesday Killer. But the names Werewolf and Angarsk Maniac became more famous, perhaps because of his unimaginably brutal cruelty. The people, especially women, lived in fear. Many didn't dare go out at night or be alone. Police could only increase patrols and add security checkpoints, but still couldn't prevent the subsequent cases. The turning point. A surviving victim. January 26, 1998, marked an important turning point in the case. Svetlana, 17 years old, was attacked by a stranger on her way home, but miraculously survived after sleeping through the night in the cold snow. When she woke up, the girl provided extremely important information to police. The attacker had driven a police car, and she remembered his face very clearly. After looking through some photos, Svetlana quickly pointed out the perpetrator. The man in the photo was Mikhail Popkov, born March 7, 1964. Who was Mikhail Popkov? Why did a police officer become the main suspect? Profile of the perpetrator. Mikhail Popkov had the appearance of a model citizen. When young, he enlisted in the military after graduating high school, receiving excellent military training with good physical condition. After leaving the military, he became a police officer in Angarsk. Popkov married Elena, who also worked at the police station. They had a beautiful daughter named Ekaterina. The young couple often showed affection in public, becoming a model couple in the eyes of colleagues and neighbors. Mikhail was a veteran police officer, beloved by local residents for his diligence. Interestingly, he was very active in investigating cases related to the werewolf, regularly working overtime patrolling in his police car. Any theft or conflict in town, he would be there to handle it. But could it be that the hunter was actually the prey they were looking for? Suspicion and alibi evidence. When first questioned by police, Popkov had a very clear statement. After work, he went home and didn't go out at night. His wife, Elena, could testify to this. With clear alibi evidence, police didn't pursue further, and he was cleared. In the following days, women continued to be attacked. Popkov continued working normally, daily searching for the werewolf with his colleagues. However, at the end of 1998, Popkov suddenly resigned from the police force at age 34. At this age, if he had persevered for a few more years, he would have been promoted and had a brighter future. This was puzzling to his colleagues and family. Later, Popkov applied for work at a security company and became a car salesman. The crime spree continues. Even though Popkov had left the police force, the cases continued. October 29, 1998. Tanya, 20 years old, 1999. Julia, 19 years old, and Margot Kova, 20 years old, 2000. Marina, 35 years old. Nigeria, 37 years old. All were found in the forest. Over 8 years, at least 20 women were attacked, but the case remained unsolved. Police even had female colleagues pose as decoys walking around at night to lure the perpetrator, but all attempts failed. Why couldn't they find the killer for such a long time? Important clue and the hunt. The major breakthrough came in 2012. When re-examining the crime scenes, police discovered matching tire tracks belonging to the Lada Niva brand, a type of off-road vehicle commonly used by police. This explained why they couldn't find him for so long, why attempts to lure him out of hiding all failed, why DNA evidence from the criminal never yielded accurate results, because the perpetrator could be a police officer himself. They decided to conduct a large-scale inspection operation. All current and former officers had to undergo DNA testing. The truth revealed. On June 23, 2012, the final results were announced. The werewolf was none other than Mikhail Popkov, the man who had resigned and had been accused by a surviving victim years earlier. His wife and daughter couldn't believe it. Elena said that she and Mikhail had been married for 28 years. If there was anything abnormal, she would have discovered it and divorced him long ago. Daughter Ekaterina said, 25 years alongside my father, I believe he was a good father. Never once did father come home from work with bloodstains or bruises on his body. But DNA doesn't lie. Finally, under police interrogation, Popkov had to confess to his crimes. Motive and criminal psychology. Initially, police thought the motive might be his wife's infidelity. Indeed, they discovered Elena had briefly had a lover. But Popkov denied this. The main cause could be related to his dark childhood. From a young age, Popkov had been physically abused by his own mother. His mother always attended all-night parties and got drunk, and each time she would attack Mikhail. Therefore, he hated his mother, and especially drunk women. Most of his victims had been drinking beforehand. As a police officer, he patrolled daily, wandering the streets, selecting women walking alone. After targeting someone, he would drive the police car close and say, "It's getting dark. Walking alone is dangerous. Get in the car. I'll give you a ride home." What he called giving a ride home was taking these girls to deserted forest areas in the outskirts, then raping and murdering them. Shocking confessions. Popkov boldly claimed to police that he was just cleaning up the streets. He thought drunk women would pollute the community's living environment, and he had to go out to clean up everything. From 1992 to 2000, a total of 22 people were killed by him. In January 2015, Popkov was sentenced to life imprisonment. But this wasn't the end. 2 years later, he revealed 59 more victims, bringing the total to 81 people. This number far exceeded notorious killers like Alexander Pichushkin, 48 people, and Andrei Chikatilo, 52 people. In December 2018, Among the 59 cases he confessed to, the court found evidence for 56 cases. He received a second life sentence. Latest confessions. In 2020, Popkov revealed 2 more cases, raising the total from 81 to 83 people. And most recently, in August 2025, he continued confessing to 2 more murders from 2008, bringing the total number of victims to 92 confirmed people. This number makes him the 3rd worst serial killer in the world, after Luis Garavito, Colombia, and Harold Shipman, England. Experts believe the actual number could reach nearly 200 victims, because Popkov operated for nearly 20 years and had expanded his killing grounds as far as Vladivostok, 4,000 kilometers from his hometown. Conclusion. The Mikhail Popkov case isn't just the story of a brutal serial killer, but also a bitter lesson about blindly trusting symbols of authority. A police officer, someone society entrusted with the responsibility of protecting safety, was actually the one causing the greatest terror. Popkov exploited his police uniform, people's trust, and loopholes in the investigation system to commit crimes for nearly 20 years. He didn't just take 92 confirmed lives, but also left unhealable pain for hundreds of families. This story reminds us of the importance of vigilance, not completely trusting anyone, even those who seem most trustworthy. At the same time, it also shows the necessity of strict control and supervision systems within law enforcement agencies. Mikhail Popkov is currently serving a life sentence at a special regime prison in Mordovia and will likely spend the rest of his life there. But his victims will never return, and the pain of their families will last forever. Please share this video to honor the memory of the victims and remind everyone of the importance of protecting personal safety. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you won't miss other fascinating cases. Thank you for following The Case Files. The Case